now? Now?
What's going on? Welcome to Trendsetter Crypto TV. I'm your gracious host, Solo. Guys, make sure to get plugged into the Patreon because that's where we drop in the bangers first. You guys already know Patreon gets to eat first, okay? But we're going to talk about some of these coins that I've been talking about behind the scenes, and some of them you guys already know, right? But before we get into that, what a dramatic day in crypto, right? I mean, Bitcoin yesterday was at 73K and then it went down to 66 and we're still at 66, okay? Now, people like to say I'm crazy, I'm wolfing. This is what I posted yesterday. And shout out to everybody on X because we got people on X watching as well. You guys already know I love everybody on X. They rocking with me. So this is titled Top 5 Coin Predictions for June. I'm just going to read the first one. This is public, by the way, okay? Nothing, I mean, these are all bangers. All these coins. Okay, let's continue. So number one is LUNC. Pay attention to what I said. The sleeping giant has officially woken up. So has the community. Expect fireworks this month. My targets, a bunch of zeros and a 5 floor. 2, a penny and a half moon. Yes, the range is wide. Calling a nasty BTC crash in 1 to 2 weeks that drags LUNC down first, then sends it parabolic. Now, here's the kicker, guys. That 73K to 66 where we're at today. Remember, this all happened, right? When did I post this? Because, you know, everything we do here is documented, right? So I posted this yesterday at 1 p.m., okay? So, you know, a little over 24 hours ago, right? This isn't even the crash that I'm talking about. And the reality is, you guys know my opinion. There's a lot of manipulation going on behind the scenes, right? But we're dealing with ETF outflows, basically where spot ETFs flipped to heavy sellers and record outflows last month. We had 2.3 billion in May alone. So institutions are pulling back after big inflows, okay? Now some people are saying it's Michael Saylor. Let's just be honest. Michael Saylor, they sold 32 Bitcoin worth about 2.5 million yesterday, MicroStrategy, right? The reality is 32 Bitcoin is just a pebble in their bag. You got to remember, MicroStrategy has over 800,000 Bitcoin, Perry. They have 800,000 Bitcoin. So if they sell 32 and people are speculating, oh, he's selling it to pay off debt or to rediversify, I don't know. Listen, 2.5 million for MicroStrategy is really not that much, okay? So when people are upset that Michael Saylor is selling, and this is one of the reasons why me personally, I don't really follow Michael Saylor like that, right? I mean, I do follow him, but I'm just saying. But there's a lot of macro risk off sentiment because tech stock weakens and higher yields and inflation fears and broader market sell-offs dragging crypto down, right? Now, some people will say, well, stocks are doing better than ever. You're right, because everybody's trying to get into the AI wave right now. But my thing is this, and I've seen this on X, it's like, if you're selling your Bitcoin or crypto bag to jump into AI, you missed the boat. You were supposed to get in 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or last year. And I'm not saying you're too late, but I'm just saying if you're buying AI stocks right now, you're buying the top, because every day the stock market is making new record highs. Okay. And so there's a lot of reasons why that happens. Now, here's the thing, guys. I'm going to be honest. When I made this post, and I'm talking about, and once again, I said calling a nasty BTC crash in 1 to 2 weeks. This isn't the crash that I'm talking about. I believe that in a week or two, we're looking at a 55K BTC, possibly a 50K BTC, or maybe even lower, a 48K BTC within a week or two, or maybe 3. You guys know my timing is not always the best, but eventually it does happen. But I do believe we will see a 48 to 50K BTC in the month of June. Okay. My opinion, at the end of the day, we didn't really have nothing crazy in regards to news that dragged Bitcoin down. Now, what happens next week if there's something that happens geopolitically, Iran, the Iran situation, and now we have a massive sell-off. Okay, so I know this is a hypothesis, right? Or theory, better yet, that I think that there's more to come in regards to a sell-off. So I think next week is going to be very interesting and critical, but I do believe that we're going to see a 50K Bitcoin this month, and maybe even lower, 48K. I genuinely believe that. However, that doesn't mean that crypto is dead. It's actually a good thing. Why? Because it'll allow Bitcoin dominance to loosen up a bit, so that way we can get altcoins to run like Terra Luna Classic. Now, you guys know I've been talking about LUNC now for 4 years. I'm still bullish on LUNC more than ever, right? And I think that right now is a good place to buy. If you want a DCA, not financial advice, because you guys know I'm not a financial advisor, right, Imam Perry? Heelan says, I got LUNC on the Terra Station, but I haven't checked in 2 years. It's probably gone now. Yeah, Terra Station, didn't they do a revamp? Now, somebody on X may be able to tell me, but I remember when they shut Terra Station down, and because I was my LUNC on there, So yeah, I mean, you might want to check. So I think that at the end of the day, so here, let me explain my BTC 48K 50 theory to you, okay? Because right now we're at 66K. And when I made this post yesterday, we were at 73K. See, once again, people can laugh and call me crazy, but the charts don't lie, right? Men lie, women lie, but the charts don't lie. Maybe sometimes the charts be tripping a bit. But the reality is this. This is my Bitcoin 48K theory. if Bitcoin drops to 50K, doesn't even have to go to 48K, but if Bitcoin drops to 48K, what's going to happen is you're going to see so much fear and panic, mass off selling, that people are going to look for an alternative to hedge in crypto. And I believe that to be LUNC, Terra Luna Classic. And we call it lunch on my channel. Why? Because every time it pumps, we eat. Hey. So the reality is this, and I know some people say, oh, that's a lame theory. Remember, these are the same people that are saying Terra Luna Classic is dead. And we've seen it once again prove people wrong again and again. I always tell you guys this. The real utility in crypto is what? Community, right? And Terra Luna Classic, the LUNC community, is one of the biggest communities in the crypto space and also one of the most bullish. So when you have community, right? And then also you have a project that is still remember, LUNC is still a blockchain, right? Oh, it's a meme coin. Okay, if it's a meme coin, then it's a blue chip meme coin. Why? Because it has its own blockchain. So for me personally, listen, and shout out to the LUNC community. I don't think you should take offense when people call it a meme coin. Why? Because at the end of the day, if people consider LUNC a meme coin now, it's arguably the best meme coin. Why? Because it's based on actual tech with the blockchain, okay? And here's the reality. I do believe that LUNC will have a wonderful month because there's a lot of stuff going on. And there's a lot of stuff with LUNC, with the court case I haven't even covered yet. And the reason why I'm waiting is because instead of, speculating continuously, I'd rather wait for that to pop out. Because if the court case goes the way that we think it should go, and whatchamacallit has to burn, is it Jane Street? They have to burn 2.3 trillion or whatever it is. You don't think that would send LUNC parabolic? Yeesh, okay? So I'm just saying, a lot of people don't understand where I come up with these things. And a lot of the stuff too, I don't just, we don't just look at tokenomics and fundamentals on this channel, but we also look at prophetic intel on this channel. And a lot of people don't understand. They think it's crazy, this and that. But then at the end of the day, when those coins start to pump and make moves, then those people jump in when it's late. And with LUNC, we've been talking about this now for 4 years. We've been staking. We've been dollar cost averaging. We really do this here, okay? We're not just hopping on the wave. So people, you riding the bet. No, we've been, ask my audience, man. We've been talking about this coin, right? When people, some of your favorite YouTubers discarded it, we've talked about this coin when there was drama in the community. And you notice, like, when it comes to that, I don't really touch that stuff because to me, you have bad actors. Now they're trying to repackage themselves like they're good guys, and they're not, okay? You got caught scamming, bro. You did. And now you're trying to remix yourself as some sort of a saint. You're not, okay? And so the reality is that I believe LUNC is going to do very well. And it's all about timing and patience, right? And it's very simple. I mean, listen, if you've been hodling LUNC now for 4 years, why would you leave now, especially now that it's going down? Doesn't make any sense. I look at this as a buying opportunity because when this pumps, it's going to go crazy. And so I do believe with LUNC, I'm feeling froggy today, so I'm a leap. I think that some critical dates to look at is the 8th through the 15th, and then the 17th through the 23rd. And I'm just throwing those dates out there because I'm expecting volatility in the crypto market. Because remember, whether we like to admit it or not, everything is still based on what Bitcoin does. And if Bitcoin goes, continues to go down, eventually, my theory is that people will go into LUNC. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to Abe. He says, shalom, fam. Shalom to you as well. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. All right. So now I want to talk about the next coin. Some of you may have heard of it. We've talked about this on Patreon. Now, some of you guys may be soccer fans or football, as they say in the rest of the world, right? But in America, we call it soccer, right? Now, this is not financial advice. This is a risky meme coin play. Now, this is a coin called FIFA, and we've talked about this on Patreon, right? And I actually brought this up when it was a $40 million market cap. Now it's at 111.69. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This play right here, this is just a short-term play, meaning that, you know, by the end of the World Cup, which is what, July 19th, this coin's probably going to dump hard, right? So for me, though, I'm looking to see, because I'm noticing, because I took a look at the wallets, there's a lot of big whales in this coin, which explains the liquidity factor being so low, right? But I really believe that this coin is going to make a big move. And I think it could hit $1 billion market cap. I genuinely do, because this coin has a lot of whale activity. You see this candle right here? Whoo! Okay, let me hit the 4-hour chart. And so what the whales have been doing is they've kind of been using this as a stepper to move it along higher, right? And so this coin is doing good right now. And so for people that are into, you know, soccer, World Cup, if that's your twist, salute to you guys. And also, I got to give credit to Mr. Lion. You guys know Mr. Lion, aka the whale, right? Some of you guys know who he is. He don't miss, okay? He does not miss, okay? So when Mr. Lion tells me something or whatever, I'm listening, because he doesn't miss. He just doesn't miss, okay? And so this is a coin, definitely, guys, that I think can hit $1 billion market cap. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, time will prove me right or wrong. That's it. Time will prove me right or wrong. Now, there's another coin that I got into recently that some of you guys may know, right? This is called Solomon. And no, I did not make this coin. SOl777, right? And this coin is basically on the wisdom of King Solomon. Now, for those of you who may not know, King Solomon was considered the wisest king in the Bible, right? He was also the richest king in the Bible, with some modern pundits estimating his net worth to be in the trillions, 2 trillion. But it's really hard to quantify that, because number one, King Solomon was alive, you know, over 2,000 years ago or something like that. And also, I mean, back then, but in the Bible, it talks about that they didn't even keep silver or bronze in the castle when he was the king, because it was worthless. Everything was gold, okay? King Solomon was so rich that the Queen of Sheba, she came from, did she come from Babylon? I don't know, but she came from her land to visit him, because he was so, like, emissaries would come from all over the globe at the time to listen to him talk, because he was so wise at the time. And you know what King Solomon's downfall was, which I can relate to, and I think a lot of men can as well? It was women, okay? The Bible says it. He loved women, okay? And I think that one of the things that, and I've talked about this before, what happens to people when they become crypto millionaires, the temptation that you face. A lot of people think it's a joke. It's not a joke. Whatever your vices are, they'll be amplified. Why? Because now you have the funds to do them. So if your vice is gambling, now you can go to the casino. And instead of going to the casino with $20, you're going with 200 grand, okay? Now if your vice is women, okay, the girl didn't used to pay attention to you at the club. Now you're buying the whole section, and you got 10 of the baddest ladies sitting in this. You guys get the point, right? So one of the things that I want to do, because a lot of crypto YouTubers are not going to talk about what I talk about, is that you have to understand discipline when it comes to your finances, self-control, and most importantly, you have to understand that not everybody who's going to be around you genuinely because they're your friend. There's going to be people that'll pop up out of nowhere, and all of a sudden now they're like, hey, man, we used to be cool in high school. No, we weren't. You used to bully me. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the reality of it. So a lot of people, when that time comes, we will make that video a topic again. And so SOl777 is up 130% today. It's a got a low market cap, a snare under 350K. All right. And so yeah, I'm very excited for the market because I think that June is going to surprise a lot of people. I think that right now, you know, with BTC going down, it's been a slog, and unfortunately, it's dragged the market down with it. You know what I mean? But yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me read the comments. And by the way, shout out to everybody on X. You know, we've got a bunch of people watching on X as well. Appreciate you guys, right? Leave a comment if you're watching on X. By the way, you guys might want to follow me on X because last time in May, I gave some LUNC away. We did a LUNC giveaway, right? Now in June, because I did a survey, I'm thinking about doing a WikiCat one. So I'm thinking about doing a WikiCat giveaway. I just don't know the week yet, but we'll probably do a giveaway. And that's something I think I'm going to do a lot more, is just doing giveaways. But there is going to be a couple stipulations. Number one, you got to follow me on X and YouTube. That's the only stipulation to qualify for that giveaway. But yeah, and one thing I do too is I post the receipts. I post the screenshots, so that way people are like, "Oh, you said you were going to do a giveaway, but we didn't hear anything." No, I post the hashes, so that way everything is verified, right? Because you'll have people on the X talking about they're doing a giveaway and then nothing happens. No, we post the receipts, and people that have won, they can vouch. They can vouch. Crossing Over says, I swap FIFA for some Kishu Inu. Okay, yeah, Kishu is good. I'm assuming you got the dip. I just thought Kishu Inu was a better return. FIFA keeps pumping, and it's hard to accumulate more. But yeah, that's kind of what you want, though, don't you? you want something just you kind of want it to keep pumping, don't you? So that way you take profits and be on your merry way, right? I mean, I get it. If you feel like you're selling too early or you want to buy back in on the dip, I feel you. But I don't think this, listen, I think that FIFA can hit $1 billion or more. And I know that sounds crazy, but listen, this is meme coins, man. We've seen crazier things, man. We've seen Pepe go from nothing to 9 billion during a legit 2022 bear market. So it's like, to me, when people always ask me, well, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make, Pepe didn't make sense either. And guess what? Pepe did that, right? So FIFA, why can't it do $1 billion, right? Because I remember I remember in 2017, $1 billion market cap was considered huge. Now you have meme coins doing $1 billion like it's nothing, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm just very excited, guys. And I decided, listen, let me hop on here really quickly because I know a lot of people will say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But once again, I posted this yesterday that, you know what? Calling a nasty BTC crash in 1 to 2 weeks that drags LUNC down first. What happened? BTC went down. What happened to LUNC? Went down, right? And I said 1 to 2 weeks. I just posted this yesterday, right? And sure enough, the next day, what happened? I mean, these are receipts I'm showing you guys. This is facts. You can go on, listen, you can go on my X right now and see it, right? Calling a nasty BTC crash in 1 to 2 weeks that drags LUNC down first, then sends it parabolic. So right now, I don't even believe that we're done with the dragging yet. I think LUNC is going to go down a bit lower. We could hit, you know, 5 zeros and a 5. Fine. Because I do think when we get that recoil back up, it's going to be a violent pump. Super duper violent. Which brings me to my next point. I don't think Bitcoin is done dumping yet. I still believe we're going to see 50K. That's why in my post, right, top 5 coin predictions for June, I said 1 to 2 weeks. I posted this yesterday. I had no way of knowing that Bitcoin would go from 73K to 66K. I had no way of knowing that. But at the end of the day, what's going to happen is this. when Bitcoin continues to drop, you're going to see these weird posts on X because there's a lot of negative people that get off. Oh, I sold my Bitcoin. Okay, whatever. But I think that you're going to see it eventually. LUNC is going to get dragged down too, as I mentioned. But eventually, you're going to see that recoil where LUNC is just going to go crazy. And we've seen that before, right? We've seen that before. Like, we have evidence of this. So I'm just excited because it's LUNC season, baby. And listen, when you start to see YouTubers that don't talk about LUNC, that now all of a sudden they talking about LUNC, that's when you know. And when you become a millionaire on LUNC, come back on my channel and then hit the super chat. You know what I'm saying? that's for real. Anyway, guys, keep your head up, man. I know times are tough right now. You know, Drake is buying single mothers Maybachs, and you can't even, AI is taking over jobs, and gas is $5 on Lake Minnetonka. Times are tough right now, but keep your head up because abundance is on the way. I genuinely believe that abundance is on the way. So with that being said, God bless y'all, and I'm out. Peace.
Is this now?
Wait. I'm sorry. I forgot to plug in the Patreon. Join the Patreon. Okay? Don't sleep on the Patreon. We got bangers on the Patreon. All right, we out.
Is this now?